Hello and welcome back to the video automation course. So in this course, we're showing you how to create a faceless YouTube channel. So YouTube automation, also known as cash cow channels. We're going to show you how to create a YouTube channel without showing your face and make money from it. So welcome back to the choosing a niche module. So this is a complete step-by-step course from start to finish. No strings attached. You'll see all of these modules in a playlist on YouTube. And to introduce myself, my name is Kunjal Kanabar and I'm the founder of the Online Business School, where we teach people how to start and grow profitable online businesses. So in this module of the course, I'm going to show you how to identify the best niche for your channel. So we know the benefits of starting a channel. We know why we want to do it. We want to get started, but where do we start? What kind of market do we choose and what niche do we choose? Because if we don't choose a niche, we're just a random channel creating videos. So this module is about finding that idea, whether it's from your background or it's from something that we suggest, because we can just give you done for you niches and you can decide whether you want to do it or not. So we're going to talk about the significance of selecting a niche, why it's so important, and how it's going to impact your YouTube success. Because if you choose the wrong niche, you're not going to make money. Like, you may get views, but you're not going to actually make any money from it. And there's no point in doing that unless you're going to make money from it, because some niches, believe it or not, make more money than others. You can't just start a channel on anything and it be profitable. So you have to make the right decision and think logically, think like a business person when you do this. But we'll explain it, so don't worry, we'll explain it all to you as we go through the next few modules. Because a video with the right niche can earn so much more than a video with the same number of views. So let's say there's two videos and each one has 100,000 views. One video, because it's in the right niche, will earn significantly more, multiple times more than another one with 100,000 views. So why should we choose a niche? It's crucial for creating a focused and successful YouTube channel. So the key word here is focused. So if you focus down on a niche, YouTube then understands who you're targeting and it shows your video in the recommended section. And that's what it's all about, because you want YouTube to understand what this channel is about. You want your viewers to understand what this channel is about. Let's say you made a random channel about general tips on things. That necessarily wouldn't get any traction, because the audience that you attract for one video might be different than the audience you attract for another video. So it might not be, it won't get any traction. Whereas if you focus on a specific niche, people who watch one video want to binge watch the rest. That's what, if you really boil everything down, that's what you want your channel to be. You want people to binge watch it. You want people to subscribe to it so they go back to it and start watching other videos. And when you create a new video, they watch that, because then you've already done the hard work to attract them to your channel in the first place. That's the whole game. So if you get one person to come to click on your video and like it, they can come back again and again and watch the next 50 videos you create. You don't want to start from scratch every time. So that's why you really want to gain viewership. But more importantly, with the YouTube algorithm, it helps in implementing similar metadata. So metadata is what the footprint that you leave online. So you really want your video to appear in suggested feeds. And like I said, YouTube will then understand, like, this channel is about movie reviews, or this one is about finance, or this one's about travel. And then people who are interested in travel will keep seeing your videos and then watch it for longer times. Focusing on a niche leads to creating feedback loops, where viewers watch multiple videos from your channel, and that boosts the watch time. Just like I mentioned, that if someone is interested in movie reviews, they'll watch one about one movie, another movie, and you really want to get a significant view time so that you get monetized and that you just make more money. Because imagine you just got to think of your audience as one person. You have to think of them as a person, a real person, not just a number. If you really understand that person and find out what they're interested in, you can gain their viewership, and that person will watch more of your videos, which means that you make more money effectively. So if you get one person to watch an hour of content over multiple videos versus one person who kind of watches 5 minutes and another person who watches 5 minutes, that's much harder. You want one person to watch more, right? And it can really increase your subscriber count, because if you're in a niche, you'll get more subscribers if it's niche down rather than generic. And of course, it increases your view rate. And they tend to perform better. So niche videos tend to perform better than generic, and it's just going to help you get traction. So you understand why that's the case. But how do we get that idea in the first place? So let's start with you. We've got to think about you first, you as a person, you sitting behind that screen right now. So start off by listing ideas based on your own passions and interests. On a side note, I really recommend finding on YouTube, so not right now while you're watching the course, but just afterwards, search for Naval's video on how to get rich. There's a guy called Naval Ravikant. He's involved in the startup space. Very kind of prolific guy and well-known guy, and very succinct in his ideas. And there's a 3-hour podcast that he's created with another host about how to get rich. And it's really insightful. He talks about why you should do what you love, what you actually enjoy doing, what you're obsessed about, what's your obsession. Because if you're obsessed about something, you're going to go deeper than other people will on it, right? So what are you really interested in? You've got to think about things that that time goes by without you even realizing it, and you can just work late into the night without even knowing, and it feels like you're not even tired. I'm not saying you work into the night for this, but that's the topic you go after. So what's the thing that you're really obsessed with? What's the thing that you geek out on? And when you go to a social function, you just like love talking about this thing, and people just don't get why is this person so interested in this thing? That's what you want to get to. And this is not just with you faceless YouTube channels. This is about any type of business. You should really go into something that you just love doing. And that's why I'm in online marketing. I love talking about online marketing, online business, internet marketing. I just love talking about it. Like when I go to social events, I love just getting the conversation around to that. And you know, people don't get it. Like I specifically love that. And that's why, you know, I started doing this for many years, in fact, a couple of decades now. And that's why I created the online business school. I just also love talking about it. I love teaching it. So that's my obsession, and that's why I do this. So that's my example. So if you're unsure, if you just don't know what that is, like, let's say you're a gamer, but you don't necessarily, and your obsession is gaming, but you don't necessarily want to create a gaming channel, then this course is going to provide numerous niche suggestions as well. So let's say you have an obsession like golf, but you don't want to create a golf channel for whatever reason, although I suggest you do, you should go after your obsession, but it will help you with that anyway. So we're going to constantly be updating our niche spreadsheet, giving you ideas and examples of other faceless YouTube channels in this course, in this free course as well. So think about your long-term interest in this topic for sustained success. You have to think about, am I going to be interested in this in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time, in 2 years' time? You can't just go into something because you're going to make money from it and you just don't really care, and you're not deep enough to understand it. Because on some level, even though you can use AI and everything to create these scripts, which we'll talk about, of course, you're not just going to be interested in it. You won't be bothered. You're not obsessed about it. You're not going to get up and go, you know what, let's create these videos on this and this and get excited about it and tell your team to do this. You have to have a long-term interest. And even for outsourced or faceless channels, it sounds like, you know, something you can do on the side and everything, but a genuine interest in the topic helps maintain your consistency and your quality. So I just did mention that your quality won't be as good as someone who's really into it. So let's say you're in the cooking niche, right? If you're obsessed with that, you're going to go do very well. But if you're just like, you think it's okay and you'd like to do it, someone will be interested in that. Someone's going to love that and go very deep, and you'll get beaten eventually. And your consistency, that with YouTube, you've got to be consistent. You have to be publishing regularly. And if you're not doing that, if you're just like, I've got to miss this week, I'll do it next week, and you do it next week, that person, someone else is going to be doing it daily or every 3-4 times a week. So you have to maintain consistency. So get a piece of paper, get a notepad, get your phone, whatever, and start by listing 10 topics you're interested in. Write down 10. If you're only interested in 3, write down 10. Write down those 3, because something makes you a unique person here. So another interesting concept is that no one is like you. So no one will have the same inputs. No one will come up with concepts the way you do, because you're a unique footprint. Because let's say you're interested in golf, or you might have an interest in golf and you may have an interest in physio, and you might have an interest in psychology, and you might combine those things to make you a very unique person to get an insight into golf with psychology and physio, if you see what I'm saying. So there will be things that you are interested in that combine in some way, right? So you have to write down your hobbies, what you're interested in. Like, would you have a background in your job professionally? You might know things, a lot of things. Like, we actually discount that. We always think about things we're interested in, but what about things at your own job? We spend the majority of our time at work, and you are an absolute expert in the industry that you work in. Like it or not, if you don't even like it, but you're still an expert at it because you've got to do it every day and you're forced to do it every day in some cases. Think about your personal passions as well. Again, what are you obsessed with? So I'm going to give you loads of ideas. So if you just don't know and you want to go with something that's high CPM, which we'll talk about in a minute, if you want to go something that's high CPM, something you can create products around and everything, try and make it something you're interested in as well. Now, what's the criteria for a great niche? So it's all very well me saying, do what you love and do what you can go deep in and create ideas and cool creative concepts about, but what's the criteria of a great niche? Because your niche might not be profitable at the end of the day. You might be obsessed with something that doesn't have a high kind of monetization potential. So firstly is evergreen content. The niche should remain relevant over time. It shouldn't just be based on trends. So let's say you had a channel on fidget spinners. If you remember, fidget spinners were like this huge thing a few years ago and everyone was obsessed with it and they were probably watching videos on it as well. That wouldn't be a good niche to go into because it's not evergreen. It's going to die. Right, so think about the general trends that go up and go down, and they over years they just go up and down. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of crypto. So crypto, people get obsessed with it during a bull market when Bitcoin's going up, but in a bear market when Bitcoin is collapsed and everything's down and everyone's lost money and everyone's kind of just depressed and everything, you're not going to make a lot of money in that time. You're going to have to survive during that time. Right, because I've seen crypto creators and they literally we're just trying to keep our channel going and keep things going because it's dead at the moment. You don't necessarily, even though crypto is hugely lucrative at the same time, you'll definitely make money while Bitcoin is up in a bull market if you create a channel around it. You should ideally, if you're trying to make money from this and make it a business, create something that's consistent. It's evergreen. So for example, make money online, evergreen. Everyone's always going to be interested in that. What about up and coming trends? That's also a good thing to get into, but you never know when it's going to stay around. But I think that AI is obviously we all know AI was a upcoming thing. It just exploded out of nowhere and then it's going to stay there. We know AI is going to be, whether it's ChatGPT or the new type of AI or anything that comes up, in 10 years time, AI will still be a thing, right? But evergreen content like finance, people investing, saving, travel, movies, it's always going to be around. So you've got to pick something evergreen. The second thing is high audience interest. Are people really interested in this on YouTube? Are they watching videos about it? You've got to think about things with popular videos. You can't pick something that doesn't have any searches because there's no point in creating it because you won't necessarily get much traffic. Your obsession may be different than that. The niche that you choose might not be something that other people are interested in. You've got to pick something that you're going to get views on, otherwise there's no point in even doing this, right? You've got to have a good CPM. Like, we're going to go into CPM shortly in this video, and think about alternative monetization as well. Don't get hooked on CPM too much because in some cases you could have an okay CPM, but you could be able to monetize your channel in different ways. Like, you've got to think about affiliate marketing. Can you recommend products that have, your viewers will want to buy and click your link underneath your video and go and buy because that's got high potential? Can you create products? Can you create digital products around this? By the way, if you're interested in digital products and affiliate marketing, go to the onlinebusinessschool.org. That's my main real business. And go check out that site because that's where I really go in depth, super in depth. And that's my main, what I do. But let's say you're interested in that you can create digital products and make money through that and not necessarily mind about the CPM so much. So you've got to think about alternative monetization as well, which of course we'll go into detail about. You've got to think about higher earning potential, both through AdSense and other revenue streams. does it have a variety of sub niches? So let's think about fitness. Let's think about weight loss, for example. Weight loss is very niche because you can talk about weight loss for people who are, severely overweight, people who may not be able to lose weight because of, genetics or thyroid issues. You could talk about keto diet. You could talk about paleo diet. You could talk about intermittent fasting. You could talk about bodybuilding. You can talk about so many different things there in the weight loss industry. So can you have multiple subtopics for content diversity? So if you create a weight loss channel, you've got a wealth of opportunities of niches to discover, and you can go, you know what, this one on keto is doing really well. Let me just go hard on keto, and then you make more money. You're getting more views. You have to remain a little bit flexible and diverse and a little bit broader in that niche if you can. So does it have sub niches? So there's a niche and then there's a sub niche. Now, if you're going to think about broad niches and you literally can't think of anything, people spend money and they really are interested in 3 real problems that we have in our life: health, wealth, and relationships. If you think about life and business in those 3 kind of topics, you can go very deep in them. So like wealth would have, I think obviously straight away online business. It has cryptocurrency, real estate investing, personal finance, forex trading, stock market investing, starting a small business, succeeding in your career, interview techniques. Like there's so many different ideas going off there, and there's sub niches of those as well. Health, you can go into, it could be a million things, right? Health could be anything. So the broad niches you need to go think about is health, wealth, and relationships. That's what people really spend money on, right? So if you want to create products on things, recommend affiliate softwares, affiliate products, that's what it's about. So think about those 3 niches. And let's talk about CPM. High CPM niches, you've got to think about, am I really going into something that's going to make money on AdSense? Because even if you don't want to recommend affiliate products or create products or your own digital products, you've got to think about CPM first, because that's the way you really make passive income with these faceless YouTube channels. So CPM means cost per mil, and it doesn't mean million. It means earnings per 1,000 views on your channel. It's a way of measuring your earning potential. So CPM is a game changer. You've got to really think about it because it represents the earnings per 1,000 views. It tells us how much advertisers are willing to pay to place ads on your videos. That's what it is in a nutshell in this model. So how much are advertisers willing to spend on ads? Because that's how you're going to get views and just make money. You'll log into YouTube and see that you earned this much money just from YouTube because they're sharing a portion of the ad revenue with you. So obviously, in this case, let's give an example. Finance videos are going to earn far more money than white noise videos. A video on software would earn more money than one about, relaxing rain sounds, which is a faceless YouTube channel as well. Like those kind of things are faceless. The Christmas fire videos that you put on every Christmas, the backgrounds, in the coffee shop, those things won't earn as much as a make money online channel. Obviously, right? So you've got to learn how to find high CPM niches and pick something that maximizes your revenue with fewer views. You don't need as many views to make money, because you don't want to have to generate literally tens of millions of views to make money. It's pointless. That's actually pointless because it's quite difficult to do that. So let's talk about earning expectations in high versus low CPM niches. So low CPM niches, you'll expect around $2 per 1,000 views. So you need a lot of views to make a smaller amount of money. Whereas high CPM niches, you can range between $10 and $50 per 1,000 views. And obviously that's going to go up over time. Over time, inflation, with everything, it's going to go up over time. You're going to earn more. So you have to think about, this is a very important decision. Think about that high CPM. And we're going to list that high CPM in future modules. I'll tell you what high CPM niches are in the next video. So for example, 100,000 views can earn $200 in a low CPM niche. So after working hard on a video, getting 100,000 views, you can earn $200. But you could make $5,000 in a high CPM niche, passive income. So imagine and that's something that's going to carry on forever. So that decision is going to change a lot for you. The people who go into high CPM niches, and there's loads of high CPM niches, by the way. I have mentioned money a lot here, but there are other high CPM niches for sure. It's just the first thing that comes to my mind because I'm interested in that whole industry. But there's so many ones, and I'm going to list down the high CPM niches and examples of each as well. Now, in the next module, we're going to go through them in detail, and I'll give you examples. We'll go and look at the channels, go and look at the videos, but I'm sure that you've received a lot of value from this video. Check out the rest of the course in this playlist. You're going to learn everything from start to finish. There are literally no strings attached. I'm giving you this course, and it is literally worth thousands of dollars for free. I simply, obviously I do this myself, and I simply thought the content here that people are releasing about this is so thin, and it wasn't worth anything. It's just garbage surface level tips. I just wanted to go in depth because I just wanted to give back. So subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give you so many good tips here. You're going to get value, so much value like this in every single video that we produce. And if you're serious about making money online, clearly you're interested in setting up an online business, enroll in the online business school. So that's my own online school. I have a separate business model, completely separate business model compared to this YouTube automation. So go to the onlinebusinessschool.org, discover my own secrets, and you can get started with a free trial. So you can check it out. You can go in the members area, check it out, kick the tires. If you don't like it, you can cancel. But that's where I really talk about affiliate marketing, list building, creating digital products, coaching programs, funnels. Like, that's where we go really in depth on that business. That whole business model is covered, and it's multiple income streams with one business model. I do things in a very unique way. So go check that out. But the next thing is hit like, subscribe to this channel, and also check out the next video in the series, and I'll talk to you soon.